Side-scrolling beat-em-ups were all the rage in the 90s. Games like Final Fight and Streets of Rage are now legendary in the genre, and it seemed like everybody was looking to capitalize, so it wasn't a surprise when Capcom and Marvel joined forces for The Punisher, an arcade game released in 1993. A year later, it was released for the Genesis, and the Mega Drive saw a release in 1995. The game starts off with an introduction to the Punisher character, as if we needed one, but for those of you that might have been sleeping through the last few decades, it might be helpful. The game lets you take control of either the Punisher or Nick Fury. Both control exactly the same, but come on, you can't not select the Punisher. I mean, this is his game after all. You battle your way through the city on a mission to kill Kingpin, and anybody in your way becomes a casualty of vengeance. Now, what sets the Punisher apart from other beat-em-ups? The weapons. Yeah, we've seen them before, bats and swords and knives and all that good stuff. This game has them too, but the Punisher also has guns. We're talking pistols, MAC-10s, M16s. This is serious stuff. Not to mention my favorite, the Flamethrower. Now this is how a beat-em-up should be done. The melee weapons feel great too. It feels really satisfying beating the hell out of some street thug with a baseball bat or tossing a few ninja stars into someone's skull. There's one attack button, one jump button. That's all you get, that's all you need. You can press them together at the same time for a special attack, but I rarely use these as they drain some of your life. One thing that gets frustrating at times is when the camera won't advance anymore and you knock your enemies off screen. They take so damn long to get up and make it over to you, it ends up just a long waiting game at times, but it shouldn't slow things down too much. Visually, this game has got it all. This is the Genesis at its best. The colors are bold, the black lines are thick, nothing is grainy, it's really smooth, and the frame rate is anything but choppy. It's got that Marvel Comics feel to it. It definitely feels authentic. The music is everything it needs to be for not only a beat-em-up, but a game starring such an anti-hero like the Punisher. It's not too dark, but it's not bubbly or cheesy. It finds a nice medium. And the sound effects complete the overall sound. Nice fighting effects, great sounding grunts and screams, gunshots, everything sounds good. The levels are typical beat-em-up fashion, city streets, a few moving platform stages, some industrial zones, and of course, some fancy interior of some skyscraper. My only gripe, and it isn't really a gripe because I kind of find it entertaining at times, is sometimes the levels stop and you fight literally dozens and dozens of enemies before being able to advance in the stage at all. At times I found this annoying, but other times it's really addicting. Like most beat-em-ups, there's plenty of item pickups throughout the levels, usually revealed after destroying objects like these 55-gallon drums. Health comes in handy, especially since you have only 3 continues with 2 lives each. And that brings us to the difficulty. I wouldn't say this is a hard game. It can be a bit crazy at times, but even boss battles don't present too much of a challenge. Obviously, you can adjust the difficulty to hard if you prefer. Oh, and if you feel like venturing the game on easy mode, beware that you can only get so far before it tells you to try it on a harder difficulty, then gives you a game over screen. I have always hated when games do that. At least give me some kind of warning. I wouldn't even waste my time just to play through 4 levels if I knew I couldn't advance further than that. This game is not only rated highly on my list, it might be my favorite Genesis beat-em-up of all time. Right up there with Streets of Rage. Yes, it's that good. But good luck scoring a copy unless you want to pay anywhere from $65 to over $100. Seriously, I didn't realize this game was that valuable these days. So if you can find one at a steal, don't pass it up.